Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is a long awaited video. I don't know what took me so long to even make this video, but I am going to talk about Itips and tape-in extensions that I sell at QB Wig Collections, okay? So first things first, I sell a variety of textures when it comes to tape-ins and Itips. So if you do not know already, these are Itips here, and these are tape-in extensions here. These are both Burmese curly I-tip and tape-in extensions that I sell. I want to say that I think they're both 18 inches if I'm not mistaken. This one might be a 20, but I think they're both about 18 or 20 inches. So first things first, can I get the I-tip extensions? How do I know if I'm able to get them installed and things like that? In your area, whoever is servicing you and installing your I-tips or your tape-in extensions, make sure they know, they've seen your hair, they've, given you a consultation, whether it's virtual or you went into the salon somewhere. I always recommend that you see a professional to get these installed. I am a licensed professional as well, so I know the things to look for. But if I'm not able to physically look at your hair and see the ins and outs and the damage and how healthy it is, I'm not able to let you know if you can handle it or if your hair can't. Okay, so I-tips and tape-ins are commonly installed with a tool and it's attached to your hair. There are different methods in installing both of these, but only you and your stylist will know how many I-tips you're going to need for your entire head and if your hair can handle it. Okay, so I'm going to say that first, get that out the way, get a consultation, talk to a professional, so on and so forth. So when it comes to the I-tips, a small portion of your hair is pulled out and put into a bead, and then the I-tip is put into the bead with your hair and clamped down to hold the I-tips onto your natural hair. Okay, so depending on how much or how little hair they put into the bead of your natural hair, it can definitely determine how well the install is and how long it lasts you and if it damages your hair or not. Same thing goes for the tape-in extensions. It kind of depends on how much hair they put in between. If your hair is fine or thin, maybe it can't handle as much of the weight that maybe two tape-ins take on your hair. So make sure you guys talk to your stylist and see, you can do the double tape-in method or you can do the single tape-in method, mainly for my thin hair clients who can't handle too much weight like on their hair as they wear these type of extensions. Okay, and of course it's up to your stylist to be able to hide the tape-in extensions in your hair, and if you are able to put it up, keep it down and things like that. You can get tape-in extensions and I-tip extensions if your hair is really short. It may keep you from really putting your hair up into a high ponytail if your hair is really short, but you can still definitely get them installed with no problem. So tape-in and I-tip extensions, they kind of vary in how long they last. I would say between 6 and 12 weeks on average. And I only say that because your hair may grow out a lot. You may be putting too many oils or products on your natural hair where the I-tips and the tape-in extensions sit, which is mainly towards the root. And also it can just be the natural oils in your hair from your scalp and things like that. Okay, so all those things come into effect on how long your I-tips or tape-in extensions will last. If this is your first time getting them, then I would suggest consult your stylist. Maybe they know exactly how much your hair, the growth rate. If your scalp is very oily or if it's very dry. If you're a natural girl, so if you wear your hair really curly, let me show you. These are tape-in extensions with some kinky curly hair. Y'all know I'm ready to install this. But anyways, let me get back to it. So these are tape-in extensions with kinky curly hair. Somebody with kinky curly hair who wants to wear their hair natural may apply more, moisturizers and oils to their hair, which can sometimes cause the tape-ins to slip out a little bit more. All I would advise my clients to do is try and put your oils and products from the very end of your tape-ins down. Try not to put the product right where the tape-in extensions are, just so you can get the longevity out of them, okay? So yes, this is a kinky curly option. Here's another one here, kinky curly option that I have as well in the tape-ins and the Itips as well, okay? So keep that in mind. And with kinky curly hair, you guys, it's very, very tight. So you can see this is an 18-inch. I've already washed this bundle, but this is an 18-inch kinky curly. It can definitely stretch, but it's very, very tight of a curl, okay? So if you want, depending on where you want your hair to land, make sure you order the correct length of hair depending on how curly you get it, okay? So another type of hair that I do sell as well is a like loose wavy pattern, okay? These are tape-ins. So if you're probably not gonna wear your hair curly, you're not a curly girl, you mainly wear it straight, or if you have a relaxer or things like that, then you might want to go with something very loose, easier to manage. Just brush it out, comb it out, style it as usual. Not a lot of products are needed for this type of wave pattern, okay? So the three that I have here are my Burmese curly, my Burmese kinky curly, and the wavy, okay? So this, of course, what I just showed you is the wavy hair. This is the Burmese wavy curly here, which is like my most popular texture because it's not super tight, but it gives you that texture that you may need if you want to flat iron your hair and things like that. And then of course, this is the kinky curly bundle that I have washed already. And that is what that looks like. And all of these are about 18 inches. Okay, you guys? So keep that in mind when purchasing your hair. I've been getting so many questions left and right about Itips and tape-ins and things like that. So I just want to get it all answered. Hopefully all of it answered in this video. So another question. Can you do chemical services and get your Itips and tape-ins installed? I don't recommend it at all. Your hairstylist may do it, they may not do it. I'm not one that does, unless it's off the scalp. So if you're getting a sort of ombre color on your tape-ins and your natural hair, that might be fine because your roots are not involved in the ombre of your hair, okay? If you're getting color directly onto your roots, I do recommend waiting a little while before you put your tape-ins in. Now, if you are getting a relaxer, I most definitely recommend waiting a little while before you put your tape-ins in. And when I say a little while, I mean at the very minimum 1 week. Okay, you guys? Color is kind of up in the air because color doesn't necessarily need to go to the roots. So you might be fine if you have a little bit of an off the scalp color. Perfectly fine, no problems. So consult with your stylist, get the details on, what their rules and regulations are for their installs of their Itips and tape-ins, and then you should be good. You should be fine. Another question, do these damage your hair? You guys, everything damages your hair. Let me just say that first. Brushing your hair, combing your hair, not wearing a bonnet at night, like all that damages your hair, okay? But you guys can definitely, as long as you get them installed correctly and you go to the right person that can help you manage and keep up with the health of your hair, then you guys should be absolutely fine, okay? Absolutely fine. I do recommend that anybody who has a lot of new growth with installing these Itips and tape-ins, that you go get them tightened and moved up as soon as possible. Any weight of an I-tip on a thin piece of hair hanging down for too long can definitely damage your hair, okay, you guys? And it does make it hard to, blend in and hide and things like that. So don't even chance it. If your hair is growing out way too far, get it tightened up, get it moved up, take them out, reinstall them, whatever you have to do to keep everything up to par, okay? So with removing your I-tips, normally you would just use a tool, which is like a little plier piece, and it comes right out. You lightly comb out the part that's been there for a really long time, all of the buildup, and then proceed to shampoo and condition your hair as normal. Now with your tape-ins, they do have tape on them, hence why they call them tape-ins, and you sandwich the two tape-ins together. So I have this little piece here that I already have together, just so I can show you guys. All right, so this is a piece sandwiched together already. And if I take them apart, you see how there's tape in there, okay? Let me show you guys. Hopefully you guys can see it. So they're sandwiched together, and you can just pull them apart, but you don't want to damage your hair. So they do have a solution that you can use. Put that on your tape in and easily kind of pull it apart lightly. And make sure you get a little bit more, rub it in. You don't want any sort of pulling or tugging on your hair with the tape-in extensions. Now I got this remover, actually, well, the remover is called the Hair Shop Pro Extensions tape-in remover. I actually ordered this from Amazon, and it's actually just a mixture of alcohol and mineral oil and maybe one or two other things. So not recommended, but if you want to make your own, remover at home or things like that, you definitely can. Alcohol and mineral oil, massage it in there really good until it loosens up naturally, and then you can easily take it out, okay? So that helps prevent damage to your hair. Now, double-sided tape can be used to put on your hair if you have medium to full hair. If your hair is very thin or fine, you can do the single tape method by putting one tape-in extension down and then putting just a piece of tape on the other side, not double-sided tape on the other side, single-sided hair extension tape on the other side, just to keep the weight off of your thin and fine hair. So keep that in mind when installing these extensions as well. Maybe you can use the double-sided extension method towards the middle of your hair, and then use the single-sided extension method towards your edges, just to keep the pressure off, okay? So you can use tape-in extensions and I-tip extensions for any type of length that you want to add to your hair or volume that you want to add to your hair. You do not have to cut your hair extensions or whatever the case is. You can purchase them, really short, or you can purchase them very long. It's just up to you and what kind of style and look you're looking for. Like I said, consult with your stylist. I don't know how many I-tips you're going to need for your install. Some people are able to use one 12-inch bundle for their install. Some people are able to use, two 12-inch bundles or three 30-inch bundles, and so on and so forth. But ask your stylist how many I-tips you will need for your full head install. If you're not getting a full head install, then of course, ask them how many you're going to need for a half head of an install for I-tips or tape-ins. My I-tips, depending on the length of the hair, you can get up to 150 pieces, or you might be able to get up to 100 pieces in your bundles, depending on the length of the hair. The shorter the hair is, the more I-tips come in the bunch. The longer the hair is, of course, the less I-tips come in the bunch. With the tape-in extensions, they come with about 35 to 40 pieces. So if you double them up, then that'll be 20 pieces sandwiched together, okay? So I would suggest for a very full install, definitely consult your stylist, but 2 to 3 bundles of the tape-ins, okay? And if they are spreading them out naturally, then 1 or 2 will be fine for a very natural look. Now, I have had people get away with only adding 1 bundle to their hair because they only wanted to add volume. Definitely determines how much hair you're going to need to use. If you only need volume, then you only need about 1 bundle, 1.5 at the very most. But if you're looking for length and volume and everything else, then you might need to get more bundles, okay? So keep that in mind. If you guys have any questions, email me specifically about what I have here. I can't really tell you about everybody else's tape-in and I-tip extensions, but this is the way I sell mine for QB Wig Collections, okay? So, like I said, here is the Kinky Curly, just so I can show you guys. And now, of course, I mean, the hectic craziness is over. I am going to have tape-in and I-tip extensions in the store for you to see. Right now, they're all by custom order. But if you just want to come in and see the tape-in extensions, just so you can get a feel of what the hair feels like, what it looks like, and so on and so forth, I will have some in the salon. I did not have them in here before. And this is the wavy one, of course. Like a regular bundle of hair, just with tapes on the end, okay? So tape-in extensions are installed with a tool as well, if you guys didn't know already. You don't necessarily have to have the tool. I got me a gold one, y'all. Y'all know I'm over here hyped up. So I have a gold hair extension tool. Now this thing doesn't do anything like super miraculous, but it does sandwich the 2 tape-ins together, and you can get a very good squish together with this tool. And y'all know I had to get the gold one. Y'all already know. So I have this one here, and this doesn't have any logo or anything on it, but once I find the information, I will let you guys know where I got mine from, okay? Because, okay, look at this one is from, my black one that I got is from Studio Tech for hair extensions, and they have hair extension remover. They have everything tape-in extensions on their website. And these are the black and silver ones that I have as well. And I got this from Studio Tech, okay? So that one came in this very nice box here. And also what I got from Studio Tech is a heated tape-in remover. So you guys can see that. So I just plug this up, I heat it up, and then I can take off the excess tape off of my tape-in extensions. That way I can add new tape to them, and my clients can reuse their tape-in extensions if they need to, okay? So, another question I always get, can I wear my tape-in extensions all the time? I feel like tape-in extensions are not a like 24/7, well, maybe it's a 24/7 look, but 24/7, 365 days of the year kind of style. I feel like it's definitely for a time where you just want something lightweight on your hair for a little while between your protective styles, things like that, okay? I definitely don't consider tape-ins and I-tips a protective style. And this is why. Your hair is going to be out throughout the entire process of your tape-ins and your I-tips. So your hair is not going to get any protection from the elements, you know, your flat iron, your curling iron, things like that, you know, the combing and the brushing over time. So I do not suggest that you wear your tape-ins and your I-tip extensions exclusively. Now you definitely can. Trust me, I'm not trying to be your mama and tell you what to do. But I'm just saying it's definitely to be rotated out between your styles and things like that. So I would suggest taking out your tape-ins or I-tips, you know, after the 6 to 12, 8 to 12 week, 14 week, whatever period that you guys want to keep them, and then take them out, wash them, keep them for another install, and maybe do something else for your next install to get that protection on your hair. Okay, you guys, put your hair away, protect it, do some treatments to your hair now that your extensions are out and all of that. Okay, so do not, I always put healthy hair first. Always, always, always. So I will let my clients know this style is not for you. I don't think you can handle it. So on and so forth. Come for me if you want, but I'm a hairstylist that's going to tell you the truth about you and your hair. When you come into QB Wig Collections, this is what you come here for. You come here for the truth. You come here for the looks. You come here for everything, okay? I let you guys know everything about hair. So if you guys have any questions, leave them below. I thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.